The Rode VideoMic Pro Plus has been one of our favorite mics at Think Media for a long time, but then the Rode VideoMic NTG came out with some really cool new features, so keep watching to find out which one is better and worth your money.
You gotta just press record.
My name is Nolan Molt with Think Media. Now you're wondering which mic is better. Well, it's the Rode VideoMic NTG. Keep watching to find out why, as well as listen to some audio comparisons between these two mics. Let's start by talking about the prices of these two mics. Now we have the Rode VideoMic Pro here, which is the more expensive option, and this is at $289. Now I recently saw it at $299, and so it kind of goes up and down. So check the links in the description to find the current price on this mic. The Rode VideoMic NTG was at $235, but then it jumped back up to $250 last time I checked. So check the links in the description. You never know when these prices might drop. Now with the NTG being cheaper and this one being a bit more expensive, you think that this one would be much better, but you know, in some instances, yes, it is, and then in other areas, it is not better. So before we get into the comparisons and which one you should buy, let's talk about the similarities between these two microphones. To start, both these microphones are shotgun microphones and have a super cartridge shotgun microphone pickup pattern. Both have a Rycote lyre shock mount, which is very durable, and I really love the shock mount on both of these microphones. They're very similar, and really they're both great shock mounts. Now with these shock mounts, they actually claim that they'll never bend or break, that you can throw them in your bag, take them out, and they're never gonna lose its shape. So I don't know, I haven't really pulled on it that hard or bent it that much, but mine have definitely kept their shape, kept their durability, and I've been using them a lot over this past year. Both these microphones also will turn on when you power your camera on and then power off when you turn your camera off. Now, if you're not used to this kind of a feature, it seriously is a lifesaver, and I love that both of these mics include that. Both microphones also require you to charge them up. So yes, they will die. They have batteries inside of them. So both are going to require you to charge up these microphones. And yes, you can charge both of these microphones while shooting, you know, USB-C, micro USB, but you can charge while shooting on both mics. Both these mics have high pass filters. They also have high frequency shelf boost, which counteracts the windshield. So when you put this windshield onto your microphone, you can turn that on, and it's gonna kind of help get rid of that muffling sound that you encounter when the audio comes through this. So here's a test on both mics of what the high frequency shelf boost does to your microphone. This is what it sounds like with the high frequency shelf boost turned off. And so with the windshield on, it can kind of cause that doling effect, but let's see if there really is a difference when I turn it on. And this is with the high frequency shelf boost turned on. So this is supposed to counteract that doling effect that you might get when using a windshield or a dead cat, something like that. Turning this on is going to help make the audio sound a lot better. Now this is what the VideoMic Pro sounds like with that high frequency shelf boost turned off. So this is completely raw, and then we're gonna turn that on and see if it makes the audio sound any better. Now with that high frequency shelf boost turned on, and of course you can kind of do some of this in post, but it is really nice to be able to do this in camera to speed up your workflow and just to make it sound a little bit better and a little bit crispier. Both microphones are also going to warn you when you're clipping by a red blinking light, so you know to turn it down. Both these microphones have a safety track option, which is really, really cool. And what that means is if I turn that on, the left channel on this microphone is going to be at its normal input level, but the right channel is going to be at a lower level. So if something really loud happens, maybe that left channel is clipped, but I can use that right channel as my safety track. The safety track is going to be set at -20, whatever your normal input is, and this one is going to be -10 on this microphone. Both microphones also have a detachable 3.5 millimeter cord right here that plugs into your camera and then plugs straight into the microphone. Now, I really love this feature because I had the original VideoMic Pro and it had the cord that was just built into the microphone, and my cord actually ended up breaking, and then you have to buy a whole new microphone when the cord is the only thing that broke. So I love that they both have this, and it makes it really nice. Gives me kind of some ease that if my cord breaks, that's okay. I can replace the cord. I don't got to replace the entire microphone. Both these microphones actually have fur windshields available for this specific microphone as well as this microphone. Let's talk about the build quality. We'll start with the VideoMic Pro Plus, and it's a bit larger than the NTG. The NTG is actually longer, but the Pro Plus is larger and takes up more space. The Pro Plus is actually made up of some plastic components. So if I take this windshield off, you can kind of see that a lot of it is just made of plastic. And I'll take the windshield off the NTG. You can see that this one has this big battery pack right here, whereas the battery actually lives inside of the shotgun microphone on the NTG. Now the NTG is made of aluminum and it just feels very nice. It looks amazing and makes you think that it will last longer than the plasticky Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. Now both of them have great build quality. I would say that the Rode NTG probably wins this one because of the aluminum design, but I've had no issues with pieces breaking or anything like that, so they both are great options. Let's talk about battery life. This is definitely one of the categories where the Pro Plus destroys the NTG. This thing, as they claim, I don't know, I haven't tested this, but I believe them, over 100 hours of battery life. Now, if you want to recharge this thing, there is a micro USB right here, which is nice because you can just plug that in while filming and charge up your microphone. And then you can also take out the battery right here and put in some AA's if you want to power your microphone using some AA's. But if you don't want to use AA's, you could pick up another one of these on Rode's website or just charge this, and that is going to charge up your microphone. However, I usually just plug this thing in with the micro USB and charge it up overnight. Now the Rode Mic NTG has 30 plus hours of battery usage, and you can charge this with a USB-C, which to my knowledge charges it faster than this one. I don't know for sure, definitely look into that, but I think this one, obviously it charges faster because it doesn't hold as much juice as this, but with USB-C you can charge it right there. And honestly, 30 plus hours really is a great battery length is what I've noticed, and especially when I'm powering off my camera and then my mic powers down as well. I've noticed that it's not really a frustration. When the light comes on for me to charge it, I'll charge it overnight and then I'm good to go for a few more weeks or however long it lasts, and it's good enough for me. One of the differences between these two mics is that this NTG actually has a minus 20 dB for super loud settings, and this one has only a negative 10 dB. This one doesn't have negative 10, this one doesn't have negative 20. I haven't been in a situation where I've needed to use that, like a concert or something like that, so I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let me know in the comments below which one you prefer, negative 20 or negative 10. Another main difference between these two microphones is that the gain boost on the Mic NTG allows you to boost it 15 decibels, whereas this VideoMic Pro Plus allows you to boost it 20 decibels. Now, before we get into the features that make this microphone so awesome and then do a sound comparison between the two, like this video and comment down below what kind of videos do you post on your channel. I want to know how you guys are going to use these microphones. Would love to connect with you in the comments. The first feature that makes this microphone stand out is the sliding mount rail. Now, typically the cold shoe is mounted in the center of this little mount, but what's cool about this microphone is you can push this forward or backwards. Now this is centered, but the thing is it's a bit uncomfortable when you put your eye up to the electronic viewfinder. So you can push this forward and then it's completely out of the way. You can put your eye up to it and you're not gonna bump the microphone and make any noises. And so that is a really great feature. I like to leave the mic like this anyways when vlogging, because even getting that microphone just a little bit closer to my mouth is gonna give me some better audio. Rode also included this cable management system on this microphone. Now, I got to admit, I thought it sounded a lot cooler than when I tried it. Yes, it's helpful sometimes, but it's not my favorite cable management system. I think maybe they can make it a little bit better. Sometimes the cord falls out. Maybe I'm not using it right, but it's just not my favorite feature about this mic. But I think it's better to have it than to not have it. A new feature on this mic too is this variable gain knob. And so you can adjust this down any number from +1 dB all the way up to 15 dB. And I love that you can choose any number between, whereas on this microphone, you only have -10, 0, and +20. Whereas on this microphone, you have -20, but then you can change it to +15 and then anywhere from 15 to 1. Any number in between you can use on the mic NTG, and that helps a lot when dialing in your audio. They also released that this microphone has lower preamp noises, which is amazing, especially for a microphone. That's what you need. That is a feature that you definitely want when it comes to audio. Some lower preamp noises is going to be a major boost when you go with this microphone versus the Pro Plus. I don't know what they did differently in the mic or the cord, but when you plug this into a smartphone, it's going to automatically detect it as a smartphone, and you don't need an extra cable. So if you're shooting on an iPhone, yes, you're still going to need that lightning adapter, but that's it. You don't need that other adapter that makes it work with smartphones. That just gets annoying. Too many cables. I like that they've added that. Now, this last feature is pretty cool, especially if you're a gamer or you record a lot of podcasts or really anything at your computer desk. Using this USB-C input, you can connect this directly to your laptop or directly to your computer, and you can use this as a USB microphone. All right, now this is what you've been waiting for, is the sound comparison between the NTG and the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. So let's go ahead and check out the audio. This is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, and it's 12 inches away from my mouth, and we are going to leave the NTG and the Rode Pro Plus in the same exact position so we can get as good of a comparison as possible. Both mics are also completely raw, or its default settings if you want to say it like that. We have +20 dB on this microphone right now, and then we will have +15 dB on the NTG, and that is it. Both audio clips are going to be unedited, so you guys can listen to it and see which one sounds better to you. The last thing I want to add about this mic before we listen to the NTG is, even though this is set to +20 dB, and on my 90D right now I have the preamps set to 1, so it's as low as possible, this microphone actually seems to be a little bit quieter than the NTG. So even though that only goes up to +15 decibels, whereas this one goes to 20 decibels, this one seems to be a little bit quieter. Even though that only goes up to +15 decibels, whereas this one goes to 20 decibels, the dial on the back is turned all the way up to 15. And then on my Canon 90D, I have the preamps all the way down to 1. And I'm not really sure what that is or what's happening there, but I wanted to note that the NTG is actually a little bit louder, and I think that is a good thing. But honestly, right now, with the camera set to 1 on the preamps and then +20 and +15, we're getting pretty good audio levels. So this is gonna make a really fair comparison. Here's the Rode VideoMic NTG. The dial on the back is turned all the way up to 15. And then on my Canon 90D, I have the preamps all the way down to 1. And so this is what it sounds like unedited, completely raw, in the same exact positioning and settings as the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. And this is what it sounds like. All right, now this definitely comes down to opinions and preferences. So let me know in the comments below, which one did you like better? What sounded more natural? What sounded better? For me, I think the VideoMic NTG sounded better than the Pro Plus. I think this definitely comes from the newer technology inside this microphone that they've used for the NTG5, which is a very expensive professional microphone, and it's really cool that they are using that same technology in a very affordable option. Here's 3 reasons to get the Rode VideoMic NTG. 1, it sounds better, and I feel like that could be the only reason to get this microphone, but there are 2 more. The second one is that it is actually cheaper. Now, I don't know why it's cheaper. Maybe the extra $50 or whatever it is worth the extra battery life. Then yeah, go ahead and get that microphone. But for me, this thing does wonders. The battery has never been an issue for me. Save some money, and then you can buy some extra accessories for your audio setup. And the third reason is for those extra features and usability that this has, that really just takes it over the edge for choosing this microphone. Now, when it comes to recording videos, audio is very, very important, but it's only half the battle. I think one of the best ways to improve your videos is with lighting. So if you want to watch our best budget lighting series, you can click on the screen right now to start watching that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.